You're the light, you're the night, you're the color of my blood. You're the cure, you're the pain, you're the only thing I wanna touch. Take my hand, take my heart and my soul, because it's meant for you. Always is, always was, always will be. Always and forever, until forever ends. You are my home run, and with you it feels like home. Spoiler alert, drum rolls please, until it doesn't. The fact that after a while the spark dies out in many relationships and some people begin to devalue their partners has become a very unfortunate reality. And sadly, everyone accepts this reality instead of working towards changing it. And due to the died down spark or taking partners' love or presence for granted, people seek excitement elsewhere to adrenalize their life. And instead of working towards renewing or revitalizing a beautiful existing relationship, they become complacent in their current relationships and start looking outside for the thrills of instant gratification. The mutual admiration and appreciation that once existed goes out the window, and the relationship feels like a lot of work. Any relationship, even the one with ourselves, is always a work in progress. Why do we then condemn the partnership we chose to be in? It's a beautiful journey to be enjoyed and not avoided. People who care make an effort, not excuses. And I say this for not just romantic relationships, but with friendships and blood bonds too. Don't keep calling, texting, or being with people who don't give a rip and don't appreciate you and reach out to you only in their free time. That's why our souls are tired. Listen to your patterns and don't feed them. Invest your precious time and energy in intimacy, and intimacy not in terms of sexuality but absence of resistance. When the other person is actually receptive, you don't have to use a sledgehammer to break through any wall. The communication happens flawlessly. Love flows. Understanding takes place effortlessly, and this effortlessness strikes a balance that's priceless. A real connection in any relationship is when you don't have to sacrifice your soul to be with that person. When you don't have to sacrifice your truth or who you are. Don't waste your time with people who don't value your energy. Your time is the one thing that you cannot get back in this life. Appreciate yourself, your worth, and when you discover your self-worth, you'll lose interest in anyone who doesn't see it. Cutting off relationships that lack reciprocity, care, and respect is primary self-care. In the absence of love and belonging, there will be suffering, but instead of looking for it outside, why not look for it within ourselves first before we look for love in another, because that is the only way we can love another. Nobody has it all nailed. We all have our hits and misses we learn from and grow in our relationships, starting with the one that we have and must have with ourselves. And as you grow and find the parts of you that fit you perfectly, make sure to never let them go, people included. How you think, act, and feel is your personality, and your personality has a very direct relationship with your personal reality. We all know what we're worth, and that we're worth a lot more than we actually give ourselves the credit for, but we still continue to undermine ourselves and indulge in self-sabotage, and not because of our own self, but often more so because of others' opinions or others' treatment or behavior towards us. Don't do that to yourself or to your partner. We need to sincerely and consciously make efforts to love and care for ourselves better than we actually do. Just like we give more TLC and importance to those around us. But often what happens is that if you treat them like a celebrity, they treat you like a fan. Not cool. Don't let that happen to you, and don't be the reason of that in someone else's life. Don't be someone that anyone has to recover from, and don't let such a person be in your reality. If you want the spark in your relationship to last, you must be willing to consciously keep the spark alive by not taking your partner for granted under any circumstances, for better or for worse, but not for granted. Nurture the beautiful bond. Value your partner. Show them you love them and let them know how much you value them. But that does not mean sweet lip service. Match your words with your corresponding actions to let your partner feel loved and appreciated. Explore new ways to rekindle the sparks and magic you had when you first met and the initial days when you were truly, madly, deeply into each other. Become beautifully bonding co-creators of love, joy, happiness, and embark on a fulfilling partnership that helps you grow and become better versions of your individual and together selves. And know that what you're taking for granted, someone else is actually praying for. Mend, empower, level up, and appreciate your relationship. Value what you have and don't take that someone for granted just because you know that every time you push them away, they always come back. Because one day they won't. Because even the strongest feelings die down when ignored and taken for granted. Even life has an expiration date, and eventually the one you keep taking for granted is going to leave. Don't wait for that moment of regret when they're gone. Fix it now. They say you don't know what you got until it's gone, but the truth is you knew exactly what you had. You just didn't think that you were going to lose it. A timely "I love you, I care for you" is always better than "I miss you, I wish you were here with me." Do this and watch the unfolding. And we were not put here in this world for Netflix and chill and die. Duh. And those who overlove and are underloved back, don't go seeking or begging for love in places it doesn't exist. Look for it within first. You don't need a visa or passport to go within. For self-love, self-respect, and self-care are the greatest forms of love. Start with yourself. Self-love is the most underestimated and yet the most important type of love there is. Because without it, we can't be a success. We can't feel content. We can't have a great romantic relationship with another person. Nobody can be your better half because you're not half, you're not incomplete. And those who are more emotional, love more, and have stronger feelings for a person, the more invested they are in a relationship. And then your body gets flooded with hormones or neurotransmitters of love. That's when we tend to put our self-respect aside. That's when our mind thinks that I'll make this one exception here, but that's a mistake. It's only a beginning. Like, there's never just one ring that you have. You think you don't want to be a challenge for the person you love, but the more accommodating you become, the more you're taken for granted by the other person who doesn't appreciate your invisible sacrifices. So don't lose yourself trying to please someone who's walking all over you. Love and affection also have their limits. Without equal reciprocation and participation, the giver will burn out and crash. Balance is imperative in a healthy romantic relationship, and please, by all means, let your emotions guide you, but not control you. Emotions don't think or understand the consequences of our actions. In an awesome relationship, both parties can be the best version of themselves, in part thanks to the person they love, thanks to their partner. That's what makes a good relationship so awesome. A parting note: please apply the title of this video to yourself first and don't compromise on giving yourself all the TLC and more, because you deserve it. You're worth it. You are enough.